So there we go. All right, so I need to wait 5 seconds because stupid thing is making me wait 5 seconds. Why are you making me wait 5 seconds? All right, there we go. All right, now we can talk about it. But it doesn't matter. All right, so what's up, guys?
Oh, are we on?
We are on now. It's episode 190.
Oh my God.
Yes. I had to wait 5 seconds for that stupid thing to work. It's October the 3rd after a week off. GoldenSaucer.net podcast. I'm pulling my...
What up?
What up? It's Joey.
And Kyle.
And Al.
All right. I got the squeaky chair.
Man, I hate these fucking that chair.
Faster. Slower, slower. Oh, God, it hurts.
Oh, yeah. That is both a visual and audio joke.
Huh?
Was that Esmeralda?
Oh, she's back.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, she's gone. Sorry, Trump.
Oh, shit.
We got her. They got her.
We got her Eastern European equivalent.
Bianca.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Sonya.
with a Y?
Why?
Like a backwards H?
There we go.
Get a different chair.
Yeah, fucking yeah. You're going to be playing around all fucking night.
Oh my God, I hate it so much. He's gonna do like a real amount of work. Look at all this.
Because only he will find it amusing like halfway the podcast.
I know.
Hey, guys. Hey.
Jesus.
Okay, we're okay. I don't know. That's my favorite chair. All right. Anyway, so what's going on, guys? We missed last week. We're back this week. Back at it. Back in the fold. Well, last week was a lot of work for everybody. So
We forgot it was Monday, apparently.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's fine. Easier just to skip a week than try to reschedule it. It doesn't work out that way usually.
Mm-hmm.
So how's everyone's 2 weeks?
It's been all right.
Mm-hmm.
Been busy. Been
Busy.
yeah.
I'll back that horse up. It's been busy as hell.
Okay. Busy. All right. I was also busy. That's probably true. That's good. Everyone was busy.
Busy,
Like,
yeah.
anyone who was busy
Well,
with
what were you
interesting
busy
stuff.
with, Joey?
Yeah, interesting stuff. I have nothing of interest. I was busy with work, and I can talk about what the fuck you've been playing. Some
How about this? Get out of the way. I was busy with work. I was doing like serious overtime and some like late nights. So I pretty much did nothing. So
yeah,
a lot of house cleaning too.
Oh yeah. I've been doing some of that too. Like
You've been doing that for like the better part of a year.
Yeah, I mean it never stops. Like the problem is you move the junk from one spot to another spot, and then you realize that you need to move the junk back to the other spot to clean the spot you made the junk mess in.
I'm sure
so it's just constantly shifting.
I'm sure this is Joey picks up a Duke Nukem copy. I cleaned.
I mean, sometimes it's literally that simple. Like a lot of times it's condensing boxes. It's like turning 6 boxes into 4 boxes. That doesn't seem like it's a lot of work, but it really is.
Right. I can imagine. Especially your room. Jesus.
Yeah. And I'm turning like right now. I just went and bought about $40 in Tupperware tubs. Not the shoebox stuff, but just like the regular bigger ones, and converting boxes that are not like don't have really good structural integrity and converting those into Tupperware bins.
Yeah, it's more eye pleasing too.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I think I've given up on like having anything organized and displayed properly beyond what is already done, and just kind of putting things away so that they can be brought out later. So I can just kind of like move around the junk. Like, okay, this stuff is not getting organized. I've said I'm going to organize it for over a year. It's not going to get organized. Let's just put it in the thing so they can get put away. Quit tripping over it. Quit knocking it over. Yeah, get out. and like, it's the fun part is finding dumb stuff that I like. I know people either want or are interested in or want to borrow or things like that. So, or things I'm not going to play with anymore and just get rid of them. Well, yeah, but that's the only thing of interest of that stuff. I mean, like,
you did some a little bit of waiting in line.
Yeah. I figured that. Yeah,
talk about that a little bit.
That's
later.
more than what the fuck you've been playing kind of stuff. But we can talk about.
I don't know if it is because
maybe we can talk about the news. I don't know.
Yeah, we can talk about it a little bit later.
I mean that is how your week was. You were waiting in line there.
I waited in line. I got in line at 5 a.m. to buy a fucking SNES Classic. It was a fucking shit show.
I mean, but
did you not a shit show?
But did you get your SNES Classic?
I got my 3 SNES Classics.
Oh wow!
I got
humble brag.
What? The only reason I got 3 is like I need
at least for a friend.
Yeah, I need one for a friend, and then I need one
to
for my
sell for profit.
one I use personally, and then one I use for events.
Oh, that's fair.
And like my personal one
to
also
fuck
gets
up
used.
with mods.
Yeah, and then the one that I like. I say one personal. That's one that I use, and the other one goes in storage, and I just pull it out when I go to events.
I mean, like, or you could just make me do it now because it's probably.
Yeah, I didn't know if you. I didn't want to like, yo, let me borrow your thing. You know.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like,
I always like being able to have my own stuff, so that. Like,
I'm curious how it was a shit show, Joey.
I mean, people were just being people who were waiting in line, and that's why it's a shit show. You know?
Oh, okay. So it wasn't the retail store.
Yeah, no. I mean, there was some.
That was nothing. There was nothing the retailer store did.
There were some things.
No.
Let me.
It was a bunch of neckbeards and a bunch of fucking like
Don't hate on neckbeards.
pale eyes motherfuckers being like,
Don't hate on pale motherfuckers.
yo. Give me my ticket. I gotta go to Target.
I will say this. I spoke to several people in several different areas who did things. Who did things differently. Like apparently there was a line at Walmart. They were actually going to do a midnight for once for a million years. So people had lined up in Walmart like probably like as early as 7. Some of my friends said they got there so that they could be the first in line, and they waited in line until midnight. Eventually like around like 11:30 Walmart handed out tickets. And like, okay, you can go do some shopping. I mean, here's your ticket.
Get the fuck out of here.
And so they had them up front, so you bring your ticket up and you could buy it or whatever. I don't remember what it was. Some of the places, like my friend said that he went to a Target in another area, and they did not hand out tickets. They weren't going to hand out tickets at all until like 15 minutes before opening. About double the amount of people in line showed up. So then they had to do the whole, we're not opening until we get this ticket situation sorted out. So if you come inside when we open and you ask for a SNES Classic, you're not going to get one. Because, we know that people waited in line. So they I think they ended up like 2 minutes before, like just like they, the little shelf stickers. Mm-hmm. Someone had quickly made all the numbers on shelf stickers and handed those out. So
I guess that works.
So that was the kind of thing. And like, because apparently they were like, it was like, yeah, 100-yard dash to the fucking back. Whoever gets there gets there. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, at least they didn't act like they worked there and rang the bells like employees did.
I was gonna say that's where I was gonna get to, is where I was at. People were getting kind of antsy and like abusing the retail employees by pushing the service bell for deliveries.
Nothing irks me more than white privilege. And that's what those fuckers had. White fucking privilege.
And then anyway.
Shut up, Kyle!
Obviously, like, there, not being enough for everyone to go around, that is a thing, like there are.
Who had the most quantity?
I believe Best Buy. No. Best Buy. I believe Best Buy did if you counted pre-orders, and then if you didn't count pre-orders, Target did.
Oh, really? Target had a lot?
Because our Best Buy had roughly a little over 70 taking out pre-orders. Target had 80.
Oh, wow.
And Walmart had like between 20 and 30, depending on which one you went to.
GameStop had like 5.
And 30. GameStop had like 30.
All right, that beats
and 10 pre-orders.
That's like 5 though.
That is like 5.
Yeah.
I mean, like Walmart was also letting some people do 2 per person.
Oof.
So there are various people on various selling sites locally who have like, I got a picture of me and 8 of them. Check it out. Get fucked. So
it's funny because when you go to Facebook Marketplace, there's your profile.
Yeah, everyone knows who you are. Everyone knows you're a scumbag.
No. I'm just gonna DM you dicks all day.
What? Don't look at me.
Look at me with all these dicks.
I don't fucking do that shit. I think I posted one thing. I was like, I'm waiting in line.
No, I'm just talking about people that like they do that. They flaunt like 8 of them
yeah.
for no fucking reason. It's like 150 cash, hold card cash.
I mean, like someone asked me, like he's like, "Yo, man, won't you sell me yours?" Because he saw me with it, and I was like, I don't want to sell it, man, but $200 is $200.
Yeah.
Well, man, like he's like, why is it so high? I was like, because I'm gonna take your I don't want to sell it. I'm gonna take your $200, go on eBay, wait 3 weeks, and buy another one.
Makes sense.
Like I'm not
against capitalism. I'm not.
Right.
You're all people wait in line to do it, but
there's a lot of people that abuse it.
They abuse the shit out of it. And the markup, you're inflating a market that doesn't exist yet.
Right. There's nothing to be said. There's nothing wrong.
But you're creating a shitty market.
You're creating a shitty market as well. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong.
It's not fair base. It's not fair game for anybody. Like it's just
right. Well,
I'm in it for me, and piecing out.
Most of the people who I talked to in line, like there was a mom there. Her son was like not really like deployed like to the front lines of the war, but deployed overseas. You know what I'm saying? He was like stationed in a
it'd be a sweet care package.
Right. So that was like, so she was waiting in line for that. The other was like a guy who's like, yeah, I called in sick to work. You know, they knew, well, he's like, I called in sick because they wouldn't give me the day off. So I told him I was going to call in sick all week, you know.
You don't tell them that.
Well, no, he asked the day off.
Oh, so they're cool with that? Like, hey,
no, they're just like
burning sick
they weren't going to
days
pay. Yeah, they weren't going to pay him vacation time. Like,
man, there was two dudes and
I think one guy I talked to was probably going to sell it.
Who were just sitting there and talking in front of me.
Where were you waiting?
GameStop. They're talking about just free money on the table, selling these, just standing right in front of me. And the guy behind me is just like, he's just sitting there like, fuck, man. Like, and then like the manager said how many copies they had, or not copies, but how many units they had left. And the guy behind me was gonna get cut off. Like he wasn't gonna get one. And then
It's always one thing or the other with him. It's a chair, it's a soda, it's a fucking little ringtone.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead, guy was getting cut off. I was listening.
So yeah, so he didn't get one.
Well,
I thought it was gonna be a happy ending.
No,
I got a happy ending.
Leave it sad. Dude didn't get one because the three people in front of me were scalping.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I told him, like I was like, dude, if I could take these guys' things, I would. I was like, if I could, man. And like the guy in front of me was like, said the same. He was like, it's free market, man. It's he can go to eBay and buy it from me. And like I was like, what? I was like, no, you're not wrong, man. You're 100% correct. You're just also kind of an asshole about it.
That doesn't make you any less of a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, like I was like, this dude just like genuinely wants to support Nintendo, and you're just here to pad your pocket, which is like fine. Like it's not illegal.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not against it, but don't boast about it. Don't.
Let me put it this way, and I hate to defend people like that, but like, you know,
because you are that.
No, if a person waits in line, like if they wait in line like they're supposed to, or they get their pre-order in like supposed to, you know, there's nothing you can say for that. And like if they do,
but I could say when they start bringing their fucking sisters and daughters,
that's what it was too.
Right, that's what pisses me off.
It was a guy who knew what he was talking about.
That's
and then
how you abuse the system.
Some know nothing guy next to him, and then his wife, and like that's what the
let's call you a door ringer guy.
Yeah.
You all got your tickets, right?
Yeah.
Girl comes up. Can I get my ticket? I'm like, oh yeah. Gets in the same car with him. If I knew that, I would have never given it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no shock. I work at a fucking retailer store. But I got angry. I'm like, fuck this guy. And then he was in line behind Joey, and I kept looking at him like, say something about free market because I'm just gonna snatch that ticket away from you. Say something.
Anyways, just real quick, I was talking to our friend Dookie Shed, and he said hi.
What's up, Duke?
I said, I'm live on the podcast, so say hi so I can plug you. And then he said, hi so you can plug.
Yeah.
And then he says something about.
Did you put a link to his latest video?
No, he says, plug me, daddy. And then,
oh, geez.
And then he also said, I want your gold sauce on my chest.
Oh, nice. That's yeah, I'm going to send it in.
So Golden Saucer fans, send butt plugs to Dookie Shed, Kara.
Send your tribute photos to Dookie Shed's nose on fucking Twitter.
He's got like all sorts of Patreon that you can support, probably money and other things. And I'm sure there's a PO box that you can send whatever you want to.
He needs more money to dress up as a cowboy.
He was looking pretty good.
He's looking pretty good as a cowboy. I'll tell you that. He could do Mad Dog McGee.
Yeah. But
Dookie, make more Pokemon will fuck you up videos.
Somebody stole one of those from him.
I saw the Shuckle one. They stole it. Yeah.
And like,
legit.
He was like trying to fight it.
What? He was trying to fight a Shuckle?
No. So somebody stole one of his X Pokemon will fuck you up videos. Like some other site was just like using it without his permission. And like
you don't do that.
And like he was just like
it's one of those things where they take the video and then put a caption on top of the video, like saying laugh out loud Pokemon emoji, and then it's the whole video
and it's just like a picture of Voltorb going.
And then like their watermark over his watermark.
It's like fucked up. Yeah.
So they World Star hip hopped him.
They World Star hip hopped him. Yeah, and like he was literally like, I'm Dookie Shed. Yeah. Like
he can. That's why he can DMCA that video, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think he did because like I like went to the source and like it's like all they do is fucking steal
the Source magazine hip hop.
But it was like Konnichiwa something.
I mean, let's not pretend like Misty's booty and Tracer's booty are all original content.
No, they're not. But like they at least credit their sources. So like that's the difference, you know what I mean? Like it would be one thing like if they were like, "Hey, we're not making any money and this goes to Dookie Shed." You know what I mean? Like
Right, yeah.
but they didn't. They were just like, "Here's this thing. Maybe we made it." You know what I mean? Like
You saw the controversy about Two Best Friends today, right?
yeah, right. There's this whole
Okay, hold on. I'll get the news on that. Let's go ahead and go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So there's a YouTube channel called QuickSave that was basically uploading compilations,
I'm gonna close that out.
but it was the complete videos.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, so it's not even like a clip show or anything.
No,
it's just like a
they're
fucking
just-
whole thing.
There was like one or two, but the rest were like they're
No,
legit drips.
So like I went to that
They're
as well.
gone.
I
All the
went
videos
to
are gone.
I went to QuickSave. And like their entire channel is all just Two Best Friends ripoffs.
But
like-
I went earlier and I can't see any.
Good.
They're gone. I think.
Good.
Good. Good.
Because like when I went this morning, when I saw Matt post about it,
Yeah, I saw that. That's why I went.
like I checked it and like literally their entire catalog of videos was just them ripping off Two Best Friends content.
That's fucked up.
Well, like, not
100
ripping off,
videos.
just like 100% just stealing and reposting.
Exactly. Like
Just
literally,
reposting.
they didn't even like change the names of it. It was just Matt stares at Japan.
And then
Like,
they just
it
like
just-
repost it. Yeah,
yeah, like-
that happens like
Or
a
Pat
lot.
stares at Japan.
Sure.
I don't think Matt went. I think Matt went to Japan.
They
too.
all went to Japan.
Yeah.
All of them.
Pat's girlfriend's playing stuff now.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Did we talk about that with someone else? Like, where it was getting like super.
The donkey, because like Leah's weird.
No, I think it wasn't Donkey. It was someone else.
Ooh, what?
No, that was.
You know what's-
that
you know what's funny? Like
That happened in the Magic community.
I asked, like Hunter asked me about fucking Metroid because he was like, "You're playing Metroid, right?" Ha 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 ha. Because he knows I don't like Metroid.
I'll be right back. My eye is like on fire. I don't know why.
Okay, go pee in your eye.
Keep talking.
And, he's like, "So you're playing Samus Returns," and he wrote "kek kek 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 kek." You know.
Nice.
And I was like, Joey's all about it, and I was like, Donkey was mad on it, and he was like, "Yeah, Donkey has ADHD."
Oh man! Oh no! All right.
I mean, that's true though. Donkey has no patience for. I don't think.
I mean, like I watched his review on that game, and it seemed to be fair. And
Dude, come on. He was like, I gotta wait 2 seconds for these bombs to blow up. That's bullshit. Like
that's the way Metroid's always been. So like,
that's a
I didn't have
little
problem.
much. Like, maybe have a small. It's not Link opening a treasure chest long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Ah,
it's literally a second and a half to blow up a bomb.
I think his criticism was that like it's kind of hard to peg on it because
Did you pull milk in your eye?
Nah, it's like not even the eyeball; it's the eyelid that's on fire.
I don't know man.
Why?
I like the criticism falls on it that it's like it's hard for me to criticize it because it's a remake of an old game, so you have to like keep it true to the
It's
old
gotta feel
game.
old game
And so
feeling.
you gotta keep it's really hard to do that. And so like like old game feels old. Like oh congratulations.
I don't know if that was his complaint though. Like his complaint.
But
was
some
like,
of it was like oh well I have a hard time recommending this at what it does when
Yeah, I didn't.
When
we're talking about Donkey.
yeah.
he's like when
I
these
didn't like
other
his
games
review
do it
either.
better. And he's like, I can understand him
Well, like-
complaining about the
like Hunter was just for your context. Like Hunter was like he's complaining about bombs taking too long to go off, and it's like it's like a second and a half. Like it's not really like a.
Yeah, like I get the whole like, how the fuck would you ever know to blow up this little area?
Yeah,
like,
that's
he
good.
complained
That's
about
nonsense,
fusion.
yeah,
He complained about fusion, right? That's what it was.
Yeah,
I get it, but that's what the games were. They were hard back then. Like
that's not. But like that's not hard. That's criticism.
I mean, it is. I'll give it some leeway. On
I mean,
that
like,
point, but to fucking backlash the game based upon that. If he never liked the Game Boy game, what made him think he was gonna fucking love this one? He doesn't even like Metroid. In all honesty, like he just says it. I don't like Metroid. Like
in a game that's about
I don't
exploration,
know.
you can't make it too easy.
Well, then it's a
you
fair
know?
review from him. Like I mean, like he credited what he think was good about it and discredited what he didn't think was good about it.
in
Well,
Metroid in general, not just that game.
like I said, it's
He doesn't like the
No.
backtracking. He doesn't like the. He doesn't like a lot of things.
I
about
can
the
tie-
game.
He was like, I like the quick pace like parry system that it has and stuff, and like that's specific to that game. So
right. And like
mean,
I said,
yeah.
there's a lot of things that he like. One of the things like one of the complaints I have is the variety of enemies.
Mm.
And the variety of enemy boss types. And like the problem is
I
it's
think you touched on that,
it's
too.
coming from an old game that was on the Game Boy. So when you have that limitation on the Game Boy that they had to survive by, then move it forward, you know what I'm saying? Like if you drift too far away from the source material, it's its own entity.
yeah, it's not like the issue was like, oh, how do we fucking fit all this?
Right. It was like how do we make the most out of what we have here?
Right.
And so like, this is like something that we can talk about what I was going to talk about in the news.
I guess like, but that's like the problem, right? Like when there's not a limitation of form or a limitation of
Right.
medium, that like you have like this limitation of form that like doesn't make sense.
Right, but like you're moving this old thing on an old medium into a new medium. You know what I'm saying? It's like watching an old movie and that was filmed in 4:3 and complaining when you're watching on your 16:9 TV that it's not in letterbox.
I don't know if I agree with that comparison. Mainly just because like the way that it feels.
There's only
like
so much. There's only so much you can do though. If you take it too far, you make its own thing.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's only so much you can do with like mechanics, but like aesthetically, like it looks a million times better. Like,
right.
But it does add plenty of new mechanics. Like it has like the aiming thing and like
sure.
So like what's keeping them from having like more versatility in bosses? Like it's just like
they probably said these are the things they probably said these are the things we want to keep the same.
Yeah,
so
I guess maybe they just didn't want to stray away from the original. That's all.
Like these are the things in the original that needs to stay the same.
Right, but is that due to necessity or lack of imagination? Like I mean, like
it's not. It's certainly not lack of imagination.
No,
it's just 100% like this is originally. You know what I'm saying? This is what this was, and this is a remake of this.
Yeah,
and you have to keep it there. Like it's kind of like watching.
I don't know. I guess
when they remake a movie, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of a good example. Like when they remake a movie from like when you redub an anime, you know what I'm saying? You lose some of it in there. You know what I'm saying? There's something lost in translation there, like from the original Japanese to the English. But like you can add things to it if you want to. You can say, oh well, you know, they're talking about how they love ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, in Japan they love vanilla ice cream. In America they love chocolate ice cream. You know what I'm saying? It's two different things.
I mean, sure, but like I don't.
But if you get stray too far, and then you start talking about how instead of they love ice cream, they love, bangers and mash. You know, like why would a person in Japan love bangers and mash?
But like that's not like a restriction of the medium. Like I guess my point is that like I don't think that like
I mean you have like
having like diversity in like bosses like strays too far from the original.
But
like,
if you change the bosses, then you change the game.
Right. I mean sure, but like it's still Samus. It's still fucking her doing
right,
whatever.
But that's a new game.
Yeah, that'd be a new game to me. It wouldn't be Return
so like
Samus.
It's supposed to just be like a straight up remake of 2.
It's not a straight up remake. It's a remake of 2 with. It depends on how far you want to push things.
I don't know. I guess I don't understand like what the game was supposed to be.
Right.
Like because like I didn't look that deep into it because obviously I don't care.
Right.
But like so like it's Samus Returns, but is that what the one of the games?
I mean, how would you feel if
like,
they remade Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and they're like, we didn't put Juggernaut in, instead we put some other character?
Sure. No. Like
you're like, well, where's Jugs?
No. I get it, but so like. But like they just they go like okay they remade Marvel vs. Capcom to what was the subtitle for that game?
It's Take You for a Ride. Worlds Collide or New Worlds or something.
Yeah, whatever. They remake that game specifically.
Right.
Sure. Then like they take out characters. I'm upset.
Sure.
But like is Samus Returns
New Age
like
of Heroes?
New Age of Heroes. Thank you. I was like trying to fucking remember the.
Yeah.
I had the cadence in my head. But like it is like I just wondering like is Samus Returns supposed to be like a shot for shot remake of 2?
I think it's supposed to be as close as you can get while adding
because like that invalidates my argument. Like
it's supposed to be
if it's just like straight up a remake, then yeah, sure, keep the same shit. Like I'm
right.
Just wrong.
I mean like
the only thing they added was the parry system
and like the 3D shooting.
Yeah,
thing.
that's about it.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just wrong.
I mean,
like, I didn't realize that it was supposed to just be like a
yeah.
I thought that was just like a new game. Like
it's like a they
like,
call
sure,
it a
Samus Returns is kind of like
a reimagining.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying?
so like I guess like Samus Returns is kind of just like an innocuous title. Like that's just like Samus is back.
Well, so
the game was called Return of Samus.
Yeah, Metroid 2 is called Return of Samus, and this is Samus Returns.
That's
so
what
they
I'm
flip
saying.
it.
I mean, they're different titles. Like I don't know.
They just flipped it. That's all they did.
I
don't know why, but they just flipped it.
I didn't look into it.
I get you.
I literally just didn't put any. I didn't do the footwork on this one, boys. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying.
I wanted to yell, but hey, I'm yelling at the wrong field.
I didn't yell. Like I was just saying. Like I you have all this room in the Metroid universe to like make whatever you want. I didn't know that it was like beholden to its predecessor.
I think like if you made Metroid Super, you know what I'm saying, which is a reimagining of Super Metroid, you'd be mad if they like didn't include like some of the bosses.
I
mean, I'm trying to find a hard time.
You collective, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just being ridiculous.
If they made Triggered Chrono, you'd be like, oh, what the fuck? There's Magus. What the fuck?
I'm triggered now.
You know, or some example like that is what I'm trying to get to. It's like,
sure.
At some point when you're doing the reimagining thing, there's a list of check boxes that you have to meet.
I literally just didn't realize that it was like,
yeah,
because like somebody was like, oh, it's kind of like the ASMR, not ASMR. What is it? Another Metroid remake or whatever.
AM2R.
Yeah. like it's kind of like that, and like I was like, well, that's supposed to be like kind of like a shot for shot remake. So like I was like, I don't know what.
I mean, it's like they said, they call it a reimagining, and like it's easier just to imagine it is like
then sure you got to stick to the form.
There's
like
a checkbox of things that they agree that they're not going to change.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be story beats or bosses.
Yeah,
or
makes better sense to me
mechanics or whatever. You know, I imagine. I think it's,
I thought it was its own thing.
I really believe it's item location, boss location, map, and the majority of there's a lot of the majority of the similar items. Like and like I said, when you see it on the Game Boy and you see it on what this is, they're completely different things. Yeah. Because like it's very much has like it very much takes on like a Super Metroid kind of style look, whereas like that didn't come around until Super Metroid. So you dying over there, Al?
Yeah, it just burns. Don't worry about it.
It just burn.
It's just real burny, is all it is.
I don't know why.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I don't know why we because you were talking to Dookie. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
He brought up that, and I don't know. Did we talk about it?
No, I haven't talked about.
That came out in the interim of our.
Right. So I mean, like we can talk about what the fuck you've been playing a little bit, because I think I'm the only one playing it here in the room.
Yeah, I don't even have a 3DS right now.
Yeah. So anyone else have anything interesting to talk about a week before we move on to what the fuck you've been playing? Like, you know.
No, my week has been.
Destiny, tried the Leviathan raid.
Okay, so we're moving to what the fuck you've been playing.
That is so cryptic as fuck. If it wasn't for someone to like know what the hell they're doing, I would never figure it out.
I was watching some
I haven't even done
Nightfall. I haven't done it either. I've done like a couple strikes with friends, but I haven't done Nightfall.
I did.
Leviathan, it's fun when you get 6 people, like actual good 6 people wanting to know what the hell they're doing, and it's challenging. I'll give it that. Jesus Christ, it's so cryptic. I think we just got out of the Bath Gardens after that, and now I think we are 2 rooms away or a room away from fighting the main boss. But I think it resets tomorrow, so we're fucked. We have to do it all over again. It's hard to get 6 people in unison and play. It's fun, but holy shit, was it fucking complicated. That's a maze inside that fucking pyramid.
Yeah.
I mean, are you cheating? Are you like looking and like?
We have a guy on our team.
So you have a Sherpa.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's beaten the raid twice apparently. So he's been helping us out.
Yeah, I did like all the campaign missions, and then like when I got the mission that like rolls the credits afterwards, I was like, holy shit, what a letdown.
Yeah.
Like this game's storyline is fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Just nothing happened. Nothing changed. Like.
Right. I mean, like
nothing really of significance happened. It's like, all right, you defeated that guy that wanted the power. One guy can't handle all this power.
Oh no!
The best part is like, without trying to be spoilery, Alf, you know what I'm talking about? Like after you do the thing, and then he's like, "What now, traveler?" And then it's just like,
come on.
That was pretty funny.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I just want to know why they have like an Orson Welles voice. Oh, I'm a child God. I'm like, oh, for the love of God, just die already.
Yeah. And then Nathan Fillion's like, oh, remember? I'm still Nathan Fillion.
I love his character.
He's shooting like finger bangs at you and shit. Like,
I love his character. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Because it's fucking Nathan Fillion.
Exactly.
He's not even trying.
Exactly. He doesn't have to try. He's funny.
Oh my God, you guys are shaking the shit out of the camera.
He's funny.
No, don't do that.
Give me fucking Dinklebot back.
Oh God, no.
What's wrong with you? So much better. Dude, the ghost in this game was like, I wanted to strangle him.
No, I like it. It was more like...
Can't you get different ghosts?
Yeah, but it's all got the same voice.
Oh, okay.
I like it because he's more personable. He sounds more humane.
Isn't it Nolan North?
Yeah.
Then Dinklebot.
Dinklebot sounds like
they got rid of Dinklebot because he cost too much money. Let's be real. Read the script.
Oh, look, it's a bad guy. Don't go in that room.
That's how Nolan North
came from that movie.
You went in that room. Oh, well, here we go. No. It just sounded so half-assed.
I don't think you are remembering correctly. Like his voice acting was so much better than Nolan North. Like Nolan North just felt like that.
I just felt like he was paid for a gig and he recorded it off in his garage on a phone and sent it in. Like, here you go, I'm done. I gotta fight a dragon.
Man, that's how I felt about Nolan North's performance.
I thought it was better than Nolan North. Not saying that it needed to be whole retroactive like in the fucking Destiny 1, but I think he did a good job.
Yeah. I just think that like the pitch of his voice was like irritating.
I don't know. I haven't heard it since I haven't heard it like from 2.
Yeah.
So I don't have a thing.
Good game. Just
fine game. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. Well, besides the storage just being like,
yeah, the story's just there.
Save the world.
And like, randomization from like Ingrams is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've gotten the same legendary boots like 5 times.
Can you turn it into dust?
Yeah, you can.
That's what I've been doing.
Okay.
But like, it's also like,
I don't know. You can infuse other shit.
so that's apparently how you get real high.
Right,
So now I've been doing that. I'm like, all right.
Have you jumped like 5 levels in light since you did it too?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, my buddy's like, man, you got a lot of gunsmith materials. I go, yeah, just keep trading them. I'm like, have you tried infusing? I go, what the fuck is that? And he tells me, I'm like, motherfucker, you know how many Ingrams I wasted?
So like, they have to have a base power of 280.
Yeah.
So like, even if you didn't know, it probably wasn't relevant until recently.
I guess maybe. But that's what I wanted to do.
Because like, I was like, when do I get to fucking infuse stuff?
I just wanted to boost the shit of the lower shit.
And it's like, all your shit sucks. You got bad shit. You can't infuse bad shit. Like, get better shit.
Well, it happened at one point where, like, I'm doing like the blue missions like afterwards, and I'm only getting Ingrams for 266. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing higher. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm 275. Why the hell am I getting 266?
Isn't there a cap at 300 and like,
there's like a
push
soft,
it past 305?
Okay, so I was talking to somebody about it, and there's like a weird soft cap, like in like the late 60s, like where like if you're not like getting shit from Nightfalls or Leviathan or legendary Ingrams, the yellow ones, you're just not upgrading your stuff. And then incidentally, like, you're also like having to like put mods in your shit to boost it by like this couple of levels in order to like get
I've been putting mods in my shit,
like,
and
just to get like past that like 273 hump. Like once they said it, like once you said once you get to like 275, like it gets a little better, like it opens up a little bit more.
I guess it's like a slowdown for the game.
It's like a soft cap. Like, it's just like, you got to here, and now it's like
that's the very like, you better pay. You want to buy some silver? We could buy some bright Ingrams.
I bought $10 in silver, and like it didn't do shit.
No,
like it did do shit.
That's why I don't want to.
I got like a fucking like spaceship that was weird looking, and then like some fucking...
all the spaceships look fucking stupid to me.
I saw one that was like
derpy too. They're like,
I was like, oh, here's one that looks like a fucking Isaac's fucking rail gun.
Yeah,
but it's a ship. Like, here's one.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
What is this gun?
And it looks like it's shooting Isaac's lasers back.
Yes,
like,
yes. It looks stupid.
Yeah,
and then,
totally.
And then one that
That's
looks
funny.
one that looks like a fucking Terran bot from StarCraft. I was like, I just like the triangle one. That's one I fly with. Mine
looks like a fucking. Remember way back in the day? God, they
Go ahead.
Connects.
No. So they were like
Roblox.
They were kind of like Power Rangers, but they had like bird masks.
Bird masks.
Yeah. Fuck. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Like G-Force, maybe? Is that what?
Are you talking about VR
hamsters?
No, not the hamsters, but fuck. Is there anybody in the chat? Someone's got to fucking.
No, there's
know
no
what
one
I'm
in the chat.
We have no fans.
Are you talking about Beetleborgs?
No.
Fuck no, I'm not talking about Beetleborgs.
Do they have wings?
They're cape-made wings. Yes.
Oh my god, what was it called? Not Thunderbirds.
It might have been Thunderbirds.
No, that's something else. It's from like the 80s puppeteering.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
It's like an anime type-ish, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I just don't know their name. When you say it, I'll be like,
yeah, I know. I'm gonna like look it up.
Okay. Well, I mean, anyway. So one of the things we forgot to talk about last week when you guys were gushing about this game is the shitty shaders. I mean, we forgot to talk about that on the news at all. Like, have you guys dealt with shaders at all and dealt with that shit show, or are you just totally
it just looks like fucking garbage.
I like them.
I don't think you guys know the point is that like shaders are single use items now.
Oh,
you have to pay.
Yeah.
No, they look like garbage. All of them look like shit.
So you're just not messing with them.
And like they cost a fucking shitload of money to fucking equip to anything. Like 15 grand to fucking color your speeder. Like 35 grand to color your fucking spaceship. Get the fuck out of my face.
And you have to do each part individually.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Yeah, you can. No, you can't apply like
the armor.
For the armor. Okay,
yes.
yeah.
I know. I got some.
So if you get a shader and you want to get a gun to match your shader to match your gun, your armor,
they're fucking called G-Force.
All right, congratulations.
What the fuck is
They're
G-Force?
hamsters to me. Okay, I guess what it is.
You know what I'm talking about? You have
Show
it's
the
called
chat. Those are hamsters.
Hatchaman. It's called Hatchaman. It says it right there on the.
I'm just looking at the fucking hamsters.
Anyways, whatever. I don't know. I like the shaders. They're not.
Are you talking about Guardians of Space?
I guess in Japan, yeah, they were called Gotcha Man.
I'm not a hater on the shaders. Some of them are just fucking stupid. And they look redundant. I'm like, oh, that's a lighter blue than that blue. Okay. But I got some Leviathan ones that I'm like, oh, it's badass. I'm just gonna dump it on this armor.
Really?
Yeah.
I
got a gun from the Leviathan range.
I guess
badass.
The main majority of the complaints I heard was comparing it to Destiny 1, how shaders you could apply them over all your gear.
Yep,
they're multi-use, and it wasn't a microtransaction kind of stuff.
It's fucking totally microtransaction.
Yeah,
it's
totally
like you get like 3 of them when you open one from like an Ingram, and it's like you can color like your shoulders and then like your boots and your helmet, and then fuck off for anything else. And it's like, well, but I still have like a gun and a sidearm and a power weapon and a fucking belt or a whatever.
I just never color my guns, so what's the point?
Yeah, no, but like if you're trying to look fucking fly, it's an MMO. You should be
and
allowed to look
that's
fly.
like the only part about that game that you can like have some kind of like control over.
Personal control over.
Gotta
I
have
agree.
some stilo.
Some steez.
Yeah.
All right.
Is your eye okay?
It's just burning. I don't know what it is. It's fading away.
It doesn't look bad.
No, it's just the eyelid, like here.
That's weird.
It's weird. So I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm dying. Who cares?
Okay.
Flesh-eating disease. That's what I'm going to rank it up. If you see the eye disappear, just let me know.
If it sinks into your skull. Did anyone plug in their SNES Mini and play that? Let's talk about that.
Yes.
I did.
All right. Well, you guys are way ahead of me, so let's get some impressions on that. I mean, like
So all I've played was.
What do you mean Final Fantasy 3 is 2 players?
yeah, there's a weird.
That blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then I went to configuration, like, I never knew this existed.
Yeah, you could like they can play in the battles as
you
as
can
another
control
character.
slots like slot 2
Apparently
and 4.
that's like always been a thing too, right?
Yeah. It's on the
like
cards. I didn't know that.
I've
I had to like Google it. I'm like,
So like Tales games let you do that, but like it makes sense there.
Yeah, why would Final Fantasy do that? I mean, I guess to like, well, someone's gonna watch you play, have them fight with you. I'm like, I guess it makes sense. I don't know. It's weird. Blew my mind. I didn't know. So I learned something from what, a 30-year-old game.
Yeah.
It looks good. Pixel Perfect actually looks fucking great on my TV.
No, I got it. Jesus.
Did
you bring Pink Eye in here?
You gave him a sty.
Is it Pink Eye?
Did you bring Pink Eye in
That's
here?
not Pink Eye. That's not how Pink Eye works.
Dude, y'all can fuck off.
That's exactly how Pink Eye works.
Is your eyelid burning?
No, it's just like my eye just started itching.
100% how Pink
No.
Eye works too.
No, it's not itching. It's just burning. That's it. I don't have the need to scratch.
Mine is just itchy.
You get Pink Eye from poop.
Oh, it's those pies! I told
You
you!
touched the toys.
Damn it! I got Pink Eye. Damn it.
He's got the pink eye.
Yeah, say later.
No, you don't want to talk about
It's not
shit.
Pink Eye. It'd be way worse if it was.
It's the start of Pink Eye.
It's not burning. It's itching.
That's the fucking opposite. You just said it was not.
It was burning, not itching.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
All right,
It'll
fine.
be itching, not burning.
All right. Anyway.
So I'm playing Mario RPG right now. I started I was like, somebody was like, the sound is fucked up on some games. So I was like, I'm gonna go straight to Mega Man X because that's exactly where I know where things should be. Sound is perfect. There's no latency. Mega Man X runs perfect. A trusted friend of ours said that Mario World is fucked up.
Yeah.
Has anybody play Mario World?
No.
Apparently the emulation is fucked up.
I saw some things like that. I told him I'd
Latency on jumps. Like the music's all fucked up in certain stages.
So I talked to him and he said the reason why he was having problems is he was pushing it through his sound bar and then through the TV into the TV that way. So once he hooked it directly into the TV, he was
So he wasn't having any issues?
He wasn't
All right,
having any
good.
issues. So
Because yeah, from what he was showing me, like I was like, oh.
yeah, he said he hooked it up. He unhooked it and hooked it directly to the TV. That's fine. So, but anyway,
I played, what was I playing last night?
I mean, he could still be having trouble that I don't know about.
I played Yoshi's Island, and like I'm saying,
Oh, also Star Fox 2 sucks.
No, really?
It sucks.
Star Fox and the SNES
It's
sucked.
garbage. It's just as bad as Star Fox 1.
Like
it adds nothing.
People had this fucking thing like, oh my god, Star Fox. No, you're thinking of Star Fox 64.
It's
That's
good.
the game
it's
you
the
love.
good one there.
That's
yeah,
the
that's
game you
the
love.
good one.
The SNES one is not good. It
Yeah.
really isn't.
It's real bad.
You're fucking fighting polygons in space. That's what you're doing. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
You have a better shot at playing asteroids on the Atari.
I mean, that is a problem that a lot of people have is that they remember Star Fox and they remember Star Fox 64 being Star Fox.
No, they're confusing the two. I
And,
think that's what it is.
and like the problem is they're two very different games.
They are.
And like, there's a lot, the first level is essentially the same in a lot of ways.
Handles like shit.
I
Everything
mean,
handles like shit.
this is because it's not built for that.
I know. The music's dope though. Ding, 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 ding.
I think that's the thing. is, like,
Good luck.
I think that's the thing is unless you played that game a lot as a kid, you're not going to fondly remember it, and you're not.
I
you're really-
watched my aunt play it a lot as a kid. I never played it because I was always really bad at it.
Yeah, so
I heard Star Fox 2, like the free roaming fighting dogfights are fucking dog shit.
Fucking duh.
Because you can't lock on.
Yeah, like it's trash. Why would you even fucking put that in that game? Whatever.
I don't know. How's the walker look? Is it a turkey? I don't know. People, I don't know. Every time I say, like, you people are going to be really disappointed. Star Fox is not what you remembered.
Yeah. Nah, I'm going to put fucking Chrono Trigger on it when that happens, and then I'll
There's a guy that got working.
I know, yeah. Joey and I talked about it earlier.
Yeah, you got to work.
Yeah, as soon as that comes out, put Star Fox, maybe Wild Guns.
what was I going to say?
Yeah, I like that game.
So, like, it's one of the things in the news, but I'm going to put it in here. Is like, so people have been reviewing Star Fox 2.
Oh my god.
The gamers are and so, like, this is one of
stinks.
So this is one of the things I wanted to talk about, especially because we were talking about Metroid 2.
Okay.
And I was trying to segue into it, but we didn't get there. Yeah. But the segue was being that, like, you can't review an old game with modern day sensibilities. Because, like, a lot of times you're going to be like, well, this falls flat, and this falls flat, and this falls flat, and this falls flat. Especially one like Star Fox 2, where this game was done. This game was finished when it like, you know, and Nintendo just shelved it and for the 64 to come out. So, like, you know, like, yes, we have a new Super Nintendo game in 2017, but, you know,
that's nothing new. Go to Kickstarter. There's a bunch of them.
But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and we're
talking about, like, a game from 1995, 1996, you know, that you're being reviewed 21 years later, 22 years later, you know, and kind of holding it against that light of, you know, like, oh, there's, you know,
I've seen mobile games better.
Yeah, exactly.
Unity engine, this is not. It's like, shut the fuck up.
I mean, there's some people who...
we're getting we're talking about reviewers that reviewed Cuphead. I was like, this was too hard. I can't play it. The game stinks.
Right. So...
fuck reviewers now.
There's some of that stuff in there. And then, like, you know, that's one of the things I was going to talk about in the news is, like, you know, Cuphead came out and, like, this came out and, like, reviewers are being harsh on it. And, like, you know, it's feeding that fire that we didn't get to talk about last week and the week before of should game reviewers be good at games to review them? And, like, you know, one of the things I've always talked about is, like, you know, I wouldn't expect any of us to review a Madden game or an NBA game.
I'll review it.
Well, I mean, you can review it.
Where's Joe Montana? I needed to pop on the side. Like, all right, so you're trying to do a Hail Mary.
You can review it, but, like, you know, what good are you going to provide?
No, I get
you
it.
know? And
how
like,
about I picked the Raiders and didn't win?
How about this? Play the game, realize your own faults.
Right.
If you could do that, I say, well, I can see where the game is trying to go for, blah, blah, blah. I just suck at that aspect.
So, like, that's how...
But I don't feel like Cuphead people are doing like, this game is just really hard for the hell of it.
Remember when I was playing, like, Black Ops 2 a lot?
Right.
And, like, I was giving it a fair review. Like,
sure.
I was like, look, I'm terrible at this game, but I think it has its merits.
Sure.
So, like, that's something that, like, I'm willing to admit fault on. Like, the same thing with Metroid. Like, I can't give that game a review because I wouldn't play it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, there's something to be said for, like, stepping back and saying, "Hey, look, I can't review this game appropriately because I'm not deep in the genre. I don't know what's going on." Like, if I reviewed a Souls game, I'd be like, "Oh, this game's hard as balls, and I don't like it."
Well, it's the same exact thing. Remember, Crash Trilogy?
Yeah.
Is a perfect example of what we're talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just modern day sensibilities clashing with the old school, and, like, they don't get along.
Sure.
So, like, yeah, I think that, like, someone like us, though, who spend a lot of time playing the old stuff, like, would probably have, like, more of a unbiased review for something like Cuphead.
Yeah. I would say, like, a lot of times,
like, for me, like, if you're gonna review Cuphead, it's like, okay, well, have you played a Mega Man game this year?
Right.
Like that's kind of like seems like the qualifier for, like, whether or not you can judge Cuphead fairly.
Really, I figure Contra, like any game, like a ballistic bullet hell shooter, like anything like that.
Sure, Contra fits the same.
I think Contra fits a lot better than Mega Man in some aspects. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of platforming and a lot of power ups, and
the only reason
it's just more like dodge.
The reason that I say Mega Man is because it has, like, the exact same control setup as X2. Where, like, you can jump in the air and then dash while you're in the air and fire while you're dashing. It's literally the same control setup.
I guess, yeah.
So that's really the only reason why I compare it to Mega Man.
That's fine.
So I guess I should clarify. Mega Man X2 or greater.
I don't know. Like, I feel like you know, one of my friends and I who reviews games were talking about this, and a lot of it falls into putting the right person on the case of reviewing a game.
Yeah.
100%,
and you know, and
yeah.
like I can understand you're not always going to have the correct person to review the game like that, and then you know you just kind of have to step back and say, hey, look, we're just going to run a you know, we're going to run a review, but like we're not going to assign a score. We're going to assign a, you know, like there's always, you know, like there's people who buy, rent, sell, or, you know, never touch, or recommend, don't recommend, or buy, or, you know.
How about this? If you do the tutorial and you have a fucking really hard time passing the tutorial,
right,
maybe don't review the game.
Right. And the tutorial's not really that hard.
There's videos of people doing the tutorial and he's giving his fucking insight and he's failing at jumping and dashing on the platform.
Yeah, the tutorial's pretty simple.
I'm pretty sure it was like a polygon review. It's like he literally was there for like a minute and a half trying to pass the little grab. I'm like, maybe you're not the best person to be reviewing this game, man. Like, if you can't basic control setups, but you can fucking do an FPS shooter, stick with who you know.
Yeah, and you know,
because that game's not trending for the hell of it.
Right, and like I mean, a lot of the reason why Cuphead is trending is it's very much as it could be a game where style over substance. You know. There's a lot of style there and not a lot of substance. Originally,
I think anybody could look at Cuphead and be like, "Wow, this is a triumph."
That's why I keep hearing aesthetically it's a fucking
right.
It's
I mean,
a marvel to look at.
So, like, you know, it's a game I played a little bit of. I didn't play as much of it as I like.
I think it's hard just for it. I don't like the boss rush mode, which
right.
originally that was
the game. Is just a boss rush. You would just go there and you'd fight the bosses. And
but when it started getting like limelight, they're like, we had to add some.
They're like, yeah, so they added
some core concept to it.
Yeah, and so like I feel like the platforming is okay. There's like some light puzzle things to do, and there was a segment where I was dying a lot, and I'm like, why am I dying here? And I was like, oh, because I'm not using the dash, and I'm not like bouncing off of enemies like I'm supposed to build up a super meter, and so I wasn't playing the game like I was supposed to. And to, or like, you know, to play at least optimally. And so like, you know, I'm not far enough to give like a full, you know, thoughts on it, but like, I mean, it is what it is. It's, if you see that game and you say, oh man, I want to play this, it is what you see. You know, it's a run and gun shooter with boss sequences that you have to memorize. You know,
my only complaint is that like, it's like there's just like way more boss rush than there is like platforming.
Right.
Like it's like seems like for every world there's like 2 run and gun stages and like 10 boss stages.
Sure.
So like that's kind of like my only. And it's not even really a complaint because the boss rush is the focus of the game because those bosses are all so unique in the way that you fight them.
Mm.
So like I get it that like you wanted to like spotlight the encounters, but like, and like the run and gun stages like don't feel great, honestly. Like they're very just like, here's a bunch of shit in your way,
right?
Like,
I mean, it's not bad from a first game from the people that have to mortgage their house to finance the game. It's not bad.
The run and gun stages are there for you to get coins, so you can get better power ups, so you can fight the bosses better.
I feel like I've already like misspent my money.
You should do like, no, he doesn't not spend it at all. It's like, I'm just gonna sit on this shit until I fucking need it. Fuck you. Also, I mean, like, I don't know how much.
Oh, you meant in-game currency, not actual world currency.
No. $20 is fucking.
Yeah.
You could have charged $40 for Cuphead, and I'd still be happy.
I didn't know this, but what you bought on Xbox is playable on Windows 10.
No, that's nice.
So I was really happy about that.
When's it gonna come out to PS4?
It might be.
Hold your breath.
It can't be exclusive.
It's not exclusive,
okay,
but I think they signed a small timed exclusivity.
Yeah. Goddamn.
All right, so did you? I was talking a little bit more about Cuphead. Did you? Like I was doing the world map and I discovered like you can just kind of walk around and find like shortcuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that was kind of neat. I was like, that's kind of fun. I was
Have
like,
you played co-op yet or at all?
I haven't done co-op.
I have not played any co-op. I was telling Joey actually. So sorry, I actually have 2 complaints about the game. The other complaint is playing it by yourself, probably a little more than challenging. Like it is a very difficult game.
It is. I've seen streams,
which is fine. There's already some guy who beat the game with a no-hit run.
I saw that. I'm like,
which. Whatever, you're a god. That's fine. Like
there's people that can fucking play Guitar Hero expert through the fire and flames with fucking tap dancing dance pads. It's like there's people out there to do this shit.
Yeah, so. And that's fine. For your average person with me who has old achy bones and maybe carpal tunnel and you know what I mean. Like it's not an easy game. Playing by yourself. When you're playing with co-op, however, you have infinite lives. Like you can assuming
you can high five your friend.
Assuming you can high five your friend back to life. So like when you die, like your ghost starts to rise, and if you can jump up and do the parry on them, it just brings them back.
That's pretty cool.
So like that's cool, but like it also takes a lot of the difficulty out of the game.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of my only issue, and like I haven't got to play it co-op yet because like I just don't have anybody who wants to fucking bro hang with me. Sad reacts only.
I'll bro hang with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna.
You're gonna give me fucking pink eye.
Yeah, my pink eye went away. I'm okay now.
It's gone. It's cooled down completely.
I'm gonna fucking get. It's all over my glasses. Like it's like.
Anyway,
I'm thinking it straight. Good fucking pink eye.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's certainly like I watched some people play it. It seemed like it was real easy to get lost in the scuffle of what's going on there.
Oh yeah, and that shit snowballs
So-
too. Like there's times where you just like take a hit and you're like, "Fuck, what hit me?" And then you're like, you take another hit and you're like, "Shit, what the? I have 1 health left." Like,
Yeah, and then,
Listen, go play Giggle Wings on the Dreamcast.
So
Bullet hell doesn't even begin to describe that game.
what's that other bullet hell on the Dreamcast that's like fucking super good? It's got hell in the title, or not hell? Fuck, what was it?
Is it a witch?
No, it's not.
Bullet
It's not that one.
Okay.
Death Smiles.
That's the one I was thinking about. Isn't there a fucking Castlevania where you could ride like there's like a Konami shooter or some shit like that?
Yeah,
no.
weird
And she's like a Castlevania one. There's a fucking Control one, I
There's
think.
a weird thing. Yeah.
Is it Project Justice?
I don't know.
That sounds like a fighter.
Giga Wing 2.
Giggle Wings and Giggle Wings 2 is fucking insane. I love that game so much, but God, it's insane.
I don't recall.
I have it.
It's like a relatively expensive game on the Dreamcast. It's a bullet hell that has like a red case, as I recall. I know that's not like I'm looking for a book. It's blue.
It has pages.
Yeah.
It's Shenmue. That's what it was.
That's what it was. It was Shenmue. Thank you.
Was it Crazy Taxi?
No, it was Shenmue.
Oh, okay. Never Crazy Taxi.
It was a Capcom game.
Every time I think of Shenmue now, I think of that fucking that Lisa game that they take they
What is
take
going
the dude
talking about Illbleed?
grunting. No, not Illbleed. That's that game that like that I was convincing you to buy. They take that guy who's helping you in like the warehouse. The soundbite of him like lifting something, like he goes to like lift it. They like take that and they like made a fucking soundtrack out of it for a game.
Is it Trizeal?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll show you after the show.
It has to be Trizeal because it has a red ship on it. That's the only thing I think of.
Maybe. Can you show me the fucking thing?
I fucking closed it.
Don't worry about it then. I don't care.
It's not relevant at all.
It's a very, very difficult bullet hell game.
Yeah, there's way more difficult ones. I'm just saying Giggle Wings was one of the fucking
All right.
harder ones for me.
Let's move on. Anyone else got anything what the fuck I've been playing? Other than me playing Cuphead. Oh, I gotta talk about Metroid. Oh, so Metroid.
What? We did talk about Metroid. Like
I didn't actually talk about like the playing of it. We just argued about it.
All right, so how did you play it?
I mean, I like.
Did you beat it?
I am not done with it yet. I have.
You've been one item away and one Metroid for like the past 2 weeks.
Turns out, like that game, I would tell you the same thing I tell everyone watch me play it. I die a lot. Like I've been playing. I got like 25 hours in that game. System clock says like 7 because it only counts the time you progress.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So like,
sad but cool.
so like I'm on like.
It just reminds me like. It's maybe too adult.
No, don't. So
what the fuck?
There's like because I don't know what you're gonna say, and I really don't feel like fucking editing. So there's approximately 10 areas, and I'm on area 6 with only like 4 out of the 40 something Metroids left and 1 item left, and like I'm fighting a non-Metroid boss, and it's very much like a lot like Cuphead in the sense of you fight the boss and then you die, and then you learn the sequence up until where you died. And then you progress further and further.
You've had a week. Sequence. You've had a week to learn the sequence.
I know.
You can't get days of gaming anymore.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my car. I'm going to get it for you. I'm going to hand it to you, and you tell me how to beat the boss.
Fuck, I've never even played it. Watch me parry everything. Parry.
You don't parry this boss. The point I'm at now is where you're using the screw attack to just kind of sit there.
Let me remind you of
a
time in yesteryear when we were tripping to Daytona and you couldn't beat some fucking Luigi's Mansion bullshit, and you handed it to me, and I one-shotted it on accident.
There you go.
Fuck gyroscopic controllers.
It was literally on accident. I was like, I don't know what was hard about this. You were like, what?
bought a gyroscope in a fucking car traveling, handed this motherfucker apparently your mass fucking stabilized the game enough. They're like, I beat it.
Oh man.
He's gonna roll a fat joke into the
Yeah, exactly. He's got excuses over there. All right. Yeah. So that, I mean, if you're a Metroid fan, a diehard Metroid fan, and you want a long form game to play, that's pretty good. Because like I said, 7 hours system clock is where I'm at on that game. And like,
how's the music?
I promise you, it's really good. I wish I could get more of it. I don't ever want to hook up headphones to it because like I had other stuff going on.
Dude, it's just the 2 hours that we wear the headphones for this thing fucking sucks.
I mean, it's a lot of that Super Metroid style, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear Brinstar themes and you know North Fair themes. And you're like
drippy ass fucking.
Like, this isn't on this planet. Why the fuck is this music here? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, is it spoilers just to say Ridley's in it?
No,
he's always in it, or she, whatever that thing
I haven't
is.
gotten that far yet, so
I don't know.
I'm at the part.
I'm just assuming it's in it.
I mean, I will say this: I like the fact they added like the ability for you to send out like the sonar to tell you where blocks break, to kind of fill in the map so you can kind of see where you
Donkey
need to go.
did touch up on that, which I think it's a cool addition. That's really cool.
It's really helpful. You know, there is a lot of the map where it's like, hey, I need to go back. I don't think we talked. And no one I've seen talk about this. You can write on the map and make little notes like on the map,
that's cool.
and then you can go into the 3DS system level and there's notes per game, and you can write notes in there as well.
And it pops up in the game.
Well, no, you can write your notes in there, and you can you can hit home to go to the notes.
Interesting.
And kind of a lot of people forget about that feature of the 3DS. There's a notepad. Yeah, there's a notepad so you can write notes for games. So,
have any of you played Lawbreakers?
Nope.
Man, you know, I actually had somebody
Also, I haven't
convincing
played
me like
Fortnite
real
either.
hard. That's just PUBG, at least the mode.
The free. Yeah.
But yeah, I had a friend who was trying to convince me to play Lawbreakers, but like I was just
that game looks dumb.
Let me just say this: dumb. If you like Metroid games, get it.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah,
there's a good reason.
I agree.
Now, when they bring it to the Switch, I'm gonna be real mad because I'm gonna have to play it again.
They're gonna bring it to the
Switch. I mean, look, they got it. I mean, you should.
Skyrim.
Do it, Nintendo. Listen to this podcast and bring it to the Switch.
Oh, talking about Skyrim, Bethesda did something cool with the SNES Classic launch. The classic cover art Super Nintendo for Skyrim.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's dope. I like that.
I didn't see that. I'm gonna check it out.
That's dope.
Somebody else did another one too for like, what was it? Fallout maybe. Maybe it was Bethesda as well. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think I saw a Fallout one.
Like it's the old school SNES fantasy art.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah, that's
really.
I'm going to use that for this the
image.
Yeah.
That's really cool that they did that. I'm like, that's cool. Big ups. I guess because now they're like good.
There's a Dark Souls T-shirt that's a NES cover. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
And also BioShock. I think you own that shirt. Right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. All right. Let's kind of. Anyone else have anything to talk about before we blaze through this news here?
Fucking 420 raises.
Okay.
We can talk about Fortnite since we touched about it.
Did you play it?
No, I'm just saying the whole PUBG.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that's what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
News. All right. So Fortnite, obviously.
Talk about PewDiePie. I'm fucking sick.
No,
of
we
that's past already.
So Fortnite, that game's still in early access where you have to pay. It's eventually going to be free to play. Game about crafting, hordes, that kind of stuff, right? So they launched this new free to play version called Battle Royale. It's basically PlayerUnknown's Battleground. So Fortnite is made by Epic, who owns the Unreal Engine. PlayerUnknown's Battleground
licenses
the Unreal Engine. So the company who owns PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Bluehole, came out and said we're looking into. They released a press release saying we're looking into legal action about this. So here's where things get interesting. So
do they even have ground to stand?
So that's what I was going to say.
That's like saying
you cannot.
Hey, Capcom did Street Fighter. Nah, Midway, you can't do Mortal Kombat.
You can't license.
What?
Like you can't trademark
a genre,
like that kind of saying whatever.
I don't think so.
How a game works. You can't do that at all.
I'm John Grisham. You can't write books.
You can trademark like certain elements, like a system, like the Nemesis system.
Yeah,
you can trademark like calling a game Mario Bros. You know what I'm saying? And you can trademark up to and copyright a lot of stuff, but like just general game concepts, you can't trademark at all. Like a battle royale game, like trademark. Well, no, we have a battle royale. This mode, this a battle royale, battlegrounds kind of thing. You can't trademark that. The part that it feels bad and it looks shitty is because this company who is licensing their thing, like, who saw what another company did with their thing, is now doing the same thing.
Yeah,
with
that's
that
the
thing.
shitty part. I will say.
But I mean, like at the same time, like
they don't really have a legal leg to stand on.
they don't.
Right.
I don't see it.
It's like like, hey, look, it's only shitty because Epic was the first one to do it. That's the only reason it's shitty. If this was Call of Duty's Battle Royale or Battlefield's Battle Royale or Lawbreakers Battle Royale or any other game's Battle Royale mode, it would not matter as much. So it's certainly an interesting debate.
I just feel like Blue Hole has no ground, like no fight in this, no dog in this fight, like whatsoever.
I mean, you just got to come out and say, there's a way to. We always talk about this as well. There's always a right way to do things, and the wrong way to do things.
You could publicly call them out and be like, "Hey, you stole our concept." That's fine.
No,
I guess.
You got to come out and you got to say it genuinely with genuine clash. You got to what you finally made it. When the company that's licensing your the company that you're licensing your game your engine from has gone to efforts to copy your game mode,
like doing the Great Minds thing, or the you know what I mean,
that's like saying you want rivalry. You want that to instill, like, the guy one-ups you on your work, and then you're like, oh shit, that's a good concept. What if we did this? And it's a back and forth,
and then you can just and then exactly you come and say
Sega, Nintendo,
and like, hey, if you like what we did. If you like how they did that, wait till you see what we do next.
Yeah, but see,
but they didn't do
the opposite of that is, instead of doing it with class, is going straight to the boss and being like, this fuckhead over here is fucking writing memos the same way I write memos.
Well,
did you see he uses the same font?
Yeah.
Like
Papyrus.
Yeah,
who uses Papyrus besides
me.
James Cameron?
That's me. Like, that's me all day.
All right.
Like the way I look at it's like the whole rivalry argument. Sonic did the whole 2D platformer, added speed. Mario jumps back that with character selection. And Sonic goes into whatever, more speed, and Knuckles gets added like that.
Then
Mario starts flying with the raccoon tail thing.
3D levels.
They start adding concepts. Like, that's great. Yeah. Like, I don't understand why Blue Hole would be like, that's my baby.
Just because they haven't had to. They're
clearly too young. That's what
exactly. They're fresh on the scene. They've never had to deal with it before, and they didn't know how to deal it.
Not enough wisdom. They didn't put enough points into wisdom.
Like, Warcraft, Command and Conquer, Total Annihilation, all those things are real-time strategy games. StarCraft,
I would take solace in the fact that you gave birth to a genre.
I mean, like, there's been other modes like that.
Has there?
Not exactly with the rule set, but there's it's basically like MAG
or SOCOM.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, there's been other modes that are like that. It's just
I guess, but
it's just a little bit more refined with better rules. So, all right. Did you guys get your free copy of Fallout 1 on Steam?
No. Fuck no.
Go get a free copy of Fallout 1 on Steam.
My PC has been literally in a bag in my closet since the hurricane.
Well, pull it out of that bag and get it, or just you can go Steam on your phone, right, Alf?
Why do I want Fallout 1?
Because it's free. All right. Moving on.
Dude, he fucking shit all over you
right now. All right. Moving on.
It's free. Fuck you. Download it. It's free.
Did we talk about the date for Stardew Valley? October 5th. Next, right around the corner. $15 on your Switch. That's a game you put on there.
Golf Story. That's getting fucking.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley is a fucking excellent game for the Switch.
What's Golf Story all about, though?
I don't know. I've seen everyone saying you got to be playing Golf Story, and I go, no.
I'm good.
I think it's a golf RPG.
That's what it is.
It's a golf RPG.
I think it's like, son, you want to hit this with the 9-iron? You're right, Dad. It's like with some very somber music in the background. I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck's happening.
So
it's brought to you by the guys who made fucking the Charles Barkley RPG.
Oh yeah.
The Kanye West one?
Shut Up and Jam 2 with
Hoops Barkley.
Where's the Kanye West RPG?
I don't know. There's a Kanye West RPG?
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, look that up later.
We'll look it up
later. Look that up later.
All right. So, I know you guys didn't want to talk about PewDiePie, but a little bit of backlash from PewDiePie. Nintendo has the Nintendo Creators Program on YouTube.
Was that in response to PewDiePie?
That is the only logical explanation I can reach.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, that's
so. I mean, that's the only logical explanation, right?
I guess. Yeah, it does make sense.
Nintendo has the Creators Program, which is revenue sharing of for Nintendo games and content with streamers on YouTube. Nintendo has now pushed back and started taking banning streaming on YouTube Live. So all your content has to be pre-recorded and kind of like pass their little thing, so that way they don't have to worry about a PewDiePie scenario, I guess is the best way to describe it. So like there's all kinds of different rules and stuff that they want you to abide by. They can cancel your membership and, take down your videos.
I
and stuff
assume
like that.
they can basically just do whatever they want.
Right. I mean, well, it's a partnership between you and Nintendo, and you have to abide by their rules.
Sure.
You know, and like I can understand, like this is Nintendo doing, Nintendo the way Nintendo does
They think
the
they're
internet,
doing you a favor.
right? The way they think they do things correctly, and it's a little bit of a reaction to the PewDiePie thing, but I can see Nintendo doing that, just being like, hey, look, we got a lot of high profile games coming down.
Right. Yeah.
We got Mario Odyssey coming.
There's more than that too. Just wait.
I mean, one takeaway. That's one way to point out a racist right quick. Because if you want to drop that hard R in a Mario game, you might be a redneck.
Jeez, Alf.
Yeah, I mean, like,
come at me.
I imagine like they don't want that kind of.
No, I get it.
Kick, kind
I'm
of
gonna steal our boy Rio's joke.
No,
a hard R like a pirate.
All right.
God, I hate you.
Two things. Forza 7 comes out soon, and people have been getting like I know
you told me about it.
So I told Alf.
Did you check that Fast and Furious card pack?
No, I'll look at the Fast and Furious. So Alf and I were talking about this earlier a little bit. So two things have happened. One, Forza 7 had a VIP package where if you paid for VIP in the deluxe edition, $20, you get the game early, right? So people have been playing the game a little bit early. And one of the things that changed is the VIP package in prior Forza games allowed you to have like an XP doubler forever. So you finish the game faster, you get your cars faster.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've ever played a Forza game, but it's really a slow pace.
Yeah.
Like you're racing like 10 to 15 races before you get a new car. So with the XP doubler, 5 to 7. You know what I'm saying? And so you're looking at getting a new car every hour instead of a new car every 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And you're not talking about like getting like you're talking about like, oh, well now I got the AMC Gremlin, and then after an hour I'm going to get a Ford Focus, and then in another hour I'm going to get a Mustang, and another hour I get the A-Team van, Or
is that in the game?
No, I'm just like the novelty stuff.
I'd play the shit out of it for the 18, man.
They put some dumb stuff in there. All right, so
I like Hot Wheels.
Yeah, that's
apparently
that's Horizon.
I mean, okay, but apparently that's awesome.
Relevant.
Oh my god.
All right.
I'll show it to you, dude.
I mean, I feel like we should be like worried about the podcast.
It was because I was searching the thing. Leave me alone.
Right, okay. But anyway, so now they've started selling loot boxes using an in-game currency.
What do you get in the loot boxes? Decals?
You get cars. You get
so you can't unlock them anymore just by racing.
You can, but you also can unlock them in loot boxes. You also get like
so you can pay for the privilege of that.
Right. You can get like helmets and outfits for your racer, stickers or decals or whatever, all kinds of different whatever, right?
Is Red Bull sponsor?
I don't know. So the problem is like when you have an XP doubler forever, people are not going to pay for those loot boxes or get those loot boxes faster. Would you imagine having an XP doubler in Overwatch, right? Oof. Instead of having to win 3 games, you have to win 1.5.
Yeah.
For every 2 games you win, you get 2 loot boxes. You'd be fucking right.
That'd be fucking.
Why would you ever pay for loot boxes?
Yeah,
right?
that'd be great, actually.
So, Turn 10 went ahead and took and made the VIP package 25 single-use XP doublers for per VIP package. So that's it. You get 25 single-use ones. And a couple other custom cars and things like that.
How long do they last?
1 race.
Ugh.
25 single use, 1 race. So essentially, you're paying. You're getting roughly about $1 worth of. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, yeah.
Or whatever. And so the problem is that they did not effectively communicate this on the front to the VIP people until after they had paid for VIP.
Oh, that even sucks even worse.
Yeah. So like. Microsoft and Turn 10 have edited after complaints. They're like, hey, like we see people are complaining about this. We're going to go ahead and edit the page, and take care of it. So,
but not a shoe refund.
This goes hand in hand with a lot of people on, the game is reviewing very well, but a lot of the complaints is coming under about the loot boxes, like where they're saying that if you want to, you have to apply a mod to increase your XP. Also, like if you want to increase the amount of XP you get, you need to install a driver assist turn off mod where it'll turn off the the corner assist or whatever, and that'll increase your boost by 25. So you have to stack on all these paid mods in order to make more money to spend to get more loot boxes, to get more mods, to spend more money to get more loot
And they're
boxes.
well aware that this happens?
Right. So that's one of the things that the early reviewers are complaining about.
Jesus
is to get the idea out there, is that it's just become like you're either going to play the game and you're going to get like a trickle of helpfulness per, you know what I'm saying, and drastically be slowed, or you're going to start using your in-game currency and paying for these mods to try to pick it up, but you're stuck in that in-game currency loop of having to, use the mods to get more money to like make the game. I don't want to say playable because it is playable and like it's supposed to be playable without the, whatever, but it just becomes like, well, why am I playing suboptimally? Right. And so,
that's a blatant like night and day difference between casual playing versus game paying to win.
Right, exactly.
Like that's a night and day difference right now.
I mean, Forza's always had it where you can be like, "Hey, idiot, you want to unlock the best car in the game?" You know what I'm saying? You can buy.
Last time they had a fucking $200 car.
Right, you can pay $200 and unlock the car at the end of whatever.
Well, I understand like that, like DLC, like, hey, just buy this DLC pack, unlock all the cars at once. That's it.
Right.
I can understand, but legit, like, be a better racer.
Well, sometimes,
with this,
so sometimes, like those DLC packs where you just unlock the cars, you didn't unlock the cars, you added the cars to your game for you to play the game to get the currency to unlock them.
It's so backwards. Oh my god! This is Microsoft Studios.
I mean, it was Turn 10, who's owned by Microsoft.
Man, they greedy,
so like,
sons of bitches.
It's kind of, but I mean, it's the same thing as like buying the deal. That's not buying a DLC pack to get the ability to unlock skins in a Street Fighter. I know that's not the exact same thing, but that is what happened, right? Isn't that how they did it? Where you had to unlock the skin with fight money or something. I don't remember.
I never played Street Fighter.
I don't remember how it worked in 5. I think that's
like
how it worked.
2 matches is about it.
That's definitely like you could buy currency for KI to unlock.
Yeah, there you go. KI is a good example because that's one I know. You could buy you could buy currency to unlock things that you could just
Jade's 9th costume or
whatever.
Yeah.
But it's aesthetics, no actual buffs to Jago.
No. The only thing that was a buff or anything that you had to pay for in KI was character.
Did I say Jade?
Yeah, you did say Jade.
Jade's Mortal Kombat. I meant.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. Like Forza feels like it's a buff. You're buying a buff,
right? Yeah. Well, I'm saying if you don't want to play the game, I don't even want to say that. If you don't want to play the game suboptimally, that's the problem, right? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
But shouldn't
like,
a game be optimized already? And you're just
right. That's the thing. That's the problem.
You're paying for luxury at that point,
right? You're paying to not waste your time.
Yeah, no, that sounds completely wrong to me. Like
that's one of the problems I had with like some of the Forza games earlier. Is like it started getting down to that. It was just like, why wouldn't I pay for VIP?
I remember, like,
right?
Forza 5 when it came out, like it was one of the launch titles for the Xbox.
It looked
One,
nice,
and,
but
like,
it was
you played it for like a week or so. And like you got like after you got like your wood paneling or whatever on the
you had
like some fucking dope car that was made of wood. And then he was like, well, I've hit the paywall. And I was like, what? I was like, it was a $60 game, right? He's like, yeah, but it's got all this stuff. And like I was like, nah, dog, sign off. Like just
it's like oh look, I need to start paying money or playing this game full time.
Yeah, and it was just like, and like I want to say this was like, it was like right before Henry, right? So like time wise, like, and like we just still didn't, like, even before Henry, it was just like, we don't have fucking time to unlock cars or play races to get money to unlock cars. That's kind of how
those games have always been, though. And there's something to be said for that. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a game where you do a race, you get some money, you upgrade your car,
right?
You race
there's
again,
nothing wrong in that.
Money,
but there's also nothing wrong with buying a SNES and selling it on eBay. Just makes you a piece of shit.
All right, so obviously, like,
end it later.
I got like 2 more things to go.
Humble bow.
Yeah.
All right, so the obviously the backlash is coming, and I think like
good. I would hope so. I would really hope so.
Like, add this to the list of games with loot boxes that don't need them or they're doing them ineffectively.
Loot boxes that are game breaking.
Well, like, I feel like Overwatch has it down. Like, hey, we're not. It's not paywall.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Want to do it by all means. You can still.
There's nothing wrong with that. I wasn't mad about the way KI did it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nope.
I never felt like.
Does every game need a fucking loot box? No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Well, no, so KI didn't have loot boxes. KI just had microtransactions that would allow you to like buy things that
unlocks for crap you didn't want to pay to play for.
So yeah, like you could either play for 10 hours or you could give them like $1 and get like this costume right now.
The Mortal Kombat crypt, like you could buy currency. You could buy
that one, yeah. Or you could unlock the whole crypt for like $20.
Right. But still, it wasn't be like, well, but here's some crypt surprises.
Yeah.
They call it gravestones.
Or you could
unlock gravestones.
It's called cash with a K.
Dig up gravestones.
You could buy the quick easy fatality medallions or whatever you could use.
Bam.
So like that would seem weird. Like I don't mind that one. I don't even like that one seems weird, but I don't even mind it that much because you're just like, yeah, if you want to fucking. I guess buy a fatality because you're too lazy to fucking push the buttons, you fuck. Like whatever. But like
he's just on expect stuff like I'm not even pushing buttons anymore. You dead as fuck, boy. Like
I just want to yell fatality and do it. Fatality!
I have my Kinect like plugged in. It's just like finish him. Fatality!
Pops up a little transaction. Do you want to spend $100?
Friendship. No.
So yeah,
fatality. What? They brought those back?
Like Kyle and I played Mass Effect 3 and that had the packs you could buy. The problem with that was like characters were randomly in packs.
Yeah. Playable characters were locked behind.
You can't. The whole point is like
you could grind out games.
You could grind
out the game.
It's like Hearthstone packs.
I'm fine with a game having loot crates and loot boxes and lockers, whatever you want to fucking call them. If I could lock them in the core game without putting money into it, it's gonna be slower.
Slow down.
Fucking slow down.
Because
this is my opinion.
No, I'm saying like because like be careful who's listening. Remember, because like
what? Who's listening?
They're like, one crate or 100 hours of game, one crate for $10 or 100 hours of gameplay, and you're like, oh shit.
Oh, it's never that bad.
It's never that bad.
It feels that bad sometimes.
Well, 100 hours to you is basically 2 hours. You're just like, I don't got time for this.
I die a lot.
Well, it's not even you die a lot. You're just like, I gotta fucking put a thing down to fucking.
If I could unlock it in the game without spending cash, because John Shepard Smith Jr. Oh, his skin is only unlockable in that way. That's stupid. That's really dumb.
Yeah.
And even the concept, like the whole Metroid thing, like, it's locked away behind amiibos, and like we find out, no, you can beat the game and you can unlock that mode too. That's the way it should be. You shouldn't have to pay for a luxury. You shouldn't have to pay for an additional part. Because in a sense, you're hiding DLC behind this shit. That's what it is. This is the evolution of DLC.
That's the problem. And then like, it gets more people, it gets more money probably.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And so like the problem though is like when it's executed poorly and if it feels like a cash grab, it 100% is. You know what I'm saying? I forgot to mention this in here because I closed it out. The Warner Brothers walked back the DLC that was going, well, the money was going to the deceased
that thing.
The deceased dev.
Oh, yeah.
They walked it all back. They said, like, we're just going to do a flat donation. And
Good.
And so
that's good.
That's 100% what should have happened.
Anyway, so, loot boxes are definitely one of those things.
Sometimes everything turns out all right. Remember that guy who lost all of his games overseas and then they found it?
Yeah.
That was good.
Fucking, sometimes you get that storybook ending and it's nice.
Karma. Well, hopefully the storybook ending here is next year they realize loot boxes are fucking terrible. And like,
I'm telling you, it's the evolution of DLC.
Only select games should do it.
You get all this DLC package. They're like, people are not buying our DLCs. Like, oh, they don't want X and Y components with the Z. And they're like, all right, piece it all out. Fuck it. Put it in loot crates. That's what's happening.
I don't mind if you I don't mind if,
No, but that's what's happening. Now you're hiding behind a gamble machine because people have the fucking
gambling and that's the problem. Is like if it's a gambling machine and if it's like not done well. Oh shit, that's us. That's no big deal. Just ignore. Hashtag ignore. I forgot to mute that shit. So that's a good thing that tells us we should wrap it up soon.
Podcast won't stand there.
I seriously thought Joey was like the
wrap it up.
B.
It's like I don't remember. I lost my.
Am I about to shoot my golden sauce?
As long as a game honors the time you invest into it appropriately.
I agree 100%.
Like I never feel in like Overwatch like I'm not getting loot boxes at a bad rate. I never feel
even
like
at really high levels, like it's like you do like 5 matches and you get one.
I'm buying loot crates only in special season modes.
Yeah, same. Every time like
I'll buy like I'm gonna put $10 in.
In a situation,
I put $10 like once a season maybe.
And if a situation arises where I want to be stupid and spend $10 on it, that's my decision.
It's on me. Yep.
And like I do that because I don't want to play. Or
how much Mortal Kombat shit did you buy?
None.
You didn't buy any.
Oh no, wait. What game?
We
It
were
was a
talking
mobile
about
game.
Mass Effect 3.
No, that mobile game bullshit. You
I
didn't
played
buy
Mod
it.
Warriors. I didn't buy any.
You didn't buy it. I thought you bought something.
They tried to get me to buy some Mortys last night in Pocket Mortys, and I told them to get fucked.
Yeah, but all of that goes to fucking Puerto Rico.
I saw that, and I was like, oh, well, I don't know.
I'm not Puerto Rican.
That's not what I said.
I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm good.
Sucks to be them. Swipe. No, I didn't. The rate was not really good on their items. So.
Hashtag Mexican relief. Am I right? Like,
I mean, they had an earthquake.
all
right, so the last two items I have are the Games of Gold and the PS Plus. Games of Gold, I really like them. Gone Home until the end of the month for an Xbox One. Rayman 3 HD for Xbox 360 till the halfway point of the month. Oxenfree is still free right now for Xbox One.
The aptly titled Oxenfree.
I recommend it. The game I really wanted to play but never got around to, and so I'm glad it's free. The Turing Test. Free at the halfway point of this month on Xbox One.
Is that the butts?
That's the one. It's like it's
no, that's someone else. Sorry,
you're in space and you're trying to figure out the Turing test is how to determine if a robot is AI is sentient enough.
I remember.
Anyway, so Medal of Honor Airborne is your Xbox 360 game. I don't know why they picked Medal of Honor Airborne,
random,
but there it is. So on that one,
that is a game.
Let's kick it over to PlayStation. For the PlayStation Plus games of October, I think it's a pretty good list. Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain.
That's pretty good.
Damn,
that's really good.
Yeah, so that's your first game.
Yeah, fuck off. That's all you need. What the fuck?
Whoa, Kyle. Okay, then Kyle does not need these other games. Kyle says, fuck the Amnesia Collection with Dark Descent and A Machine for Pigs.
That's true. I did say that. Those games are bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no,
you also have Monster Jam Battlegrounds for the PlayStation 3, Hustle Kings for the PlayStation 3, Hue for the PlayStation Vita with Crossfire.
Standing tall by my...
Skyforce Anniversary for the Vita. Those are your... And then, of course, That's You still free on PlayStation Plus until the 24th. Their Jack Pack Party Pack 4 ripoff game.
Yeah, but MGS5 is fucking huge.
Yeah, that's a really good game. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a lot of game for free.
To get like a AAA blockbuster title for free. That's
Konami and Sony have always been in bed together there for.
Yeah, sure, but like, damn. Yeah. It's like giving away GTA or some shit.
I don't know. They gave away San Andreas.
We didn't talk about GTA, Rockstar, Red Dead 2 trailer.
Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer.
You play as Dutch.
The game, and it's the same gang that
are you talking about
John Marston
Hunter's
came
profile
from.
picture?
What? Oh God, yeah, nice callback.
Right.
You play as Dutch, as a young Dutch running before Morrison. I'm pretty sure you're gonna run as his kid.
Yeah,
the kid version of him. So it doesn't really matter. Still looks good. Looks like a good game.
Yep, looks pretty good.
So, a couple news things. Obviously, we want to send our condolences out to everyone affected by the stupid shooting in stupid fucking Las Vegas. It's stupid fucking shit.
Waking up to that was surreal.
Like what the fuck, man?
What the fuck is
so,
wrong with
them? We cut up around here, but that's some real shit. And
that is real.
Not only real, but like absolutely senseless.
Right. And I'm not gonna do it anymore than just saying this. And this is the part where we all join together and move forward and try to help the people affected and don't give the people who don't need our attention the attention they wanted. So
unite.
Right.
Unite. Don't fight each other with
exactly.
Political.
Don't
fight people with NRA. Don't fight people with the whole left and versus right. Just unite. Just unite. It's not even trying to be fucking happy-go-lucky Care Bear shit. It's just we got together 9/11 because we all united as a country.
Right. Exactly. So
fighting this thing because we're all social keyboard warriors now. Left on either side of the battlefield right now. It's not gonna win anything. It's just gonna make us divide even further and. It sucks. And this is what I was saying earlier. I just want to delete social media, every aspect of it, because I got to step away from it. I really do.
There's something to be said about not knowing stuff now. Having too much information is probably not something we were meant to have.
All right.
And it's senseless. It really is. People can say prayers for Vegas. Or I get it. Sure, prayers help you.
Pray if it makes you feel better.
Pray if it makes you feel better. But I feel fucking donate blood and fucking
right. There you
go over there and do something, man.
So obviously the other thing is we being here in Gainesville, we couldn't not talk about Tom Petty. I don't. The news on it's really weird.
Yeah,
so,
right. Like, what is going on?
It's like he died, then came back to life, and then died again.
So, like, I mean, the easiest way to look at it is just to say that Tom Petty was hospitalized after having cardiac arrest. He has a do not resuscitate order.
Yeah, they took him off life support,
and he's been
brain dead.
Reportedly been taken off life support, so he, one way or another, will pass here shortly. And,
wait, is he dead or not?
They don't think
the last report that
they're
I
not
read,
saying dead.
He is not dead, but he is in the thralls of.
Right.
Weird. Okay.
I mean, like, what do you want?
How about this? So Hefner's dead.
Zero brain activity. Zero
right?
brain activity, and he's no longer on like resuscitation type technology or like no feeding tube. You know what I mean? So like, at some.
Yeah, I clicked on the article whether or not he's dead.
That's just sheer will.
At some point, you gotta call it dead. Like medically, he's not dead. But
just
like,
back down.
Oh, all right. You got your joke. All right. Like, so anyway, obviously,
Kevin was a Tom Petty fan.
I said it off the fucking podcast.
Everybody loves Tom Petty. So
I actually do.
You know, do yourself a favor and like, you know,
nobody, but like,
I like Tom Petty music. I'm not gonna be like I'm your #1 fan.
Right. Yeah.
It sucks that he's dying. Like
nobody thinks it's like at least like slightly like coincidental that like his band's called the Heartbreakers.
No, this is fine. I will say this, like,
but the Hugh Hefner passing, I was like, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Hugh Hefner,
shit.
like,
how did it come out of nowhere? Motherfucker was 91.
Was he 91?
Yes, he's old as balls.
Yeah, dude.
So
like, he died, and I was like, oh yeah,
finally.
Yeah, I'm 91, but my dick is still 22.
That was also like this weirdly like he did a lot for the First Amendment. He was a womanizing bastard. Like, and it was just he was just an old dude who liked money.
He liked tits and money. That's it. American dream right there. And he got to wear a smoking jacket everywhere.
A lot of his fortune went to charities. So,
all right. Well,
Pamela Anderson paying respect was weird as fuck.
I didn't look at that.
It was her in a bra saying "Rest in peace, Hugh," and she's like,
"Oh no!"
And she looks coked. She looks coked out of her mind.
Like that was her connection to him, I guess.
All right. Obviously, like my Tom Petty fact is that he voiced the character Lucky in King of the Hill, and a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
Yep. That's fucking fantastic.
Thanks for that news.
No, I knew that, and I fucking love it because Lucky was a joy. That character is an absolute joy every time he's on screen.
Yeah, he's out there. So
I didn't like King of the Hill. So sorry.
You're a monster.
Anyway. Oh man, someone has this. There's a picture like on Facebook of people, like it's a bunch of buttons that say "do something, do nothing," and it says "thoughts and prayers" and the fingers, thoughts and prayers. Obviously, like I talked to our friend Sherry from last time. She says, they're in the process of rebuilding. The GoFundMe still going, so go ahead and click on that. Like a lot of
thing we were pushing before.
Yeah,
please do it more.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna repost it again there in the middle of the week.
No shame.
So, all right. So, I know a little real downer there, but like, got to take care of business. Also, it's National Children's Health Day, and I still haven't got my $62.
I want to say it was like
62 kids.
To bring it up a notch, Tim Allen's still alive.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Later.
No. Fine. Later.
I got nothing. That's it. Goodbye.
Dude.
Joyce is gonna keep rambling.
I'm not. I'm trying to stop all the buttons.